Today we're going to talk about organizing genealogy. I'm not the most organized person in the world, but I try to be. Matter of fact, I'm anal about organizing certain things. My DVD's among them. The genealogy, however, you really have to be organized with. Otherwise, you're gonna go crazy. You're gonna be searching for the same records 4 times when you already have them. Now, I don't know what happened to the book we call our genealogy Bible, but I can show you. Up here, you have birth, marriage, and death. In that order, because that's the order hopefully it happens. There's other records here. There's 2, maybe 3 of obits. So the cemetery records in this one back here. You can see that. But like I said, we have a book that we call the Genealogy Bible. And searching for it, cannot find it. But I have printouts from it, so I can show you, because I put it away. And I have printouts in here from it. And then I'll show you these 2. But I'll show you the printouts from what my mother called the Genealogical Bible. It was our original notebook. Okay? And right here. These are printouts that I made of things I wanted to look up from that. Actually, that's not it. These are printouts of, actually it might be. Because, yeah. And because that book is so out of order and out of whack, we did not know what we were doing in the beginning, and we did not separate it by family or anything. So, it was pretty whacked. But that book is still so vitally important, because there are things in it that we wouldn't remember were in it, you know? And that's why I printed out some of it, and then I put it away, because I thought it was important, my to-do list. And also, if you're going somewhere further away to do genealogy, you need to have some kind of plan. A small composition book, a good camera, something. And we had this. This is Mom's. It says Ella. You probably can't see it because it's kind of faded. This is Dad's. It says Robert. Trying to get it to focus. And this is mine. It says Angelina. Now, what these are Vital Records books. Let me open Dad's, just for the nostalgia. And we would go to the town halls and write what we found. Okay? Even last names we knew were family, but we didn't know how exactly they were related. We wrote it down. This is Mom's. Okay? And this is mine. So that we could look back later at the computer. So, Mom made these. These were her idea, her creation. Took a paper cutter, and I believe she folded this piece of, she folded this piece of paper over the cut paper and stapled it, if I'm not mistaken. In this book, we created for census records. Because when a census first comes out, like when 1940 first came out, you couldn't search it. So you literally had to go through the images, which is painstaking. This is Mom's family. See, we made tabs out of stickers, and we folded them and put the Mom's family. And if you flip to the next tab, that is Wilson and relations. And if you flip to the next tab, boop, that is Hemingway and relations. So we need to do more of that. But You know, because that's how you organize. I need to go through the 1950 census and do that. Really organize my 1950 censuses, because there's a lot of them. I also have pictures. I've inherited 2 separate family members' sets of pictures. This is my, oh god, my knee. Great, well, not that. These are pretty much all my great aunt's pictures, except for this file folder, which I just emptied. Ugh. Okay. I'll show you this file folder in a minute. This stuff is not the old stuff that's in that folder, so I'll just set that aside. It's the old stuff I want to show you. Anyway, that's another thing to do. Keep your photos organized. I have photos organized that I'm not sure if you'll be able to see them or not. Again, forgive the darkness. These rooms are not exactly bright. Up here, right here. Yeah, you can kind of see them. And one of the folders, one of the ones that you saw in there, belongs up there. Because those are our pictures and my great aunt's pictures. So let me put you guys on the tripod and I'm going to show you some pictures. Kind of walk you through the generations without boring you too much. Kind of show you how you can tell how old a picture is and different clues about a picture, which are another facet that's important to genealogy. But I desperately need to sit, so let's do this. Okay, another facet that's important to genealogy, as I just mentioned, is pictures and figuring out who they are, where they came, you know, what era they came from, even where they were taken. All good clues. Now let me, I'm gonna grab my walker. Excuse me 1 second. I need a place to put my leg, but I also need a place to put this over here. Come back here, guys. There is a weird ticking sound going on by my refrigerator. That is not my refrigerator. And I've got to figure out what it is. You probably can't hear it on camera. It's driving me nuts. So I'm going to have to figure out what it is. Okay. Put my leg up. There. Oh. Okay. Now that my feet are up, I'm going to pull you closer so you can see the pictures. Some of these pictures obviously are newer pictures, so I won't be showing you those because there's no purpose in those. That's an old one. Okay. Just trying to move some of these out of the way and take pictures at cemeteries also. My glass picture. Because that's important. Because you may end up saying, wait, I saw that person's grave. What did it say on it? And you're going to want to know that. So just take pictures of graves around your family graves that you're sure of. Because that's kind of important. I'm going to sit this over here. Okay. Now, obviously in here we have different generations of pictures, like I said. This first set is just, well, me. Let me just... Okay, this first set is me. But you'll also get pictures from other family members along the way that you find through your genealogy. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. There we go. And those are going to become important to you as well. Now, these pictures are my school pictures. This is kindergarten. I may not get the grades right on these. This is either first or second grade. I need my old lady glasses. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, I believe that was my second year of kindergarten. That's love my Wonder Woman glasses. And back to that picture. Oh, actually, I have 2 pictures in my Wonder Woman glasses. Oh yeah, that is kindergarten. Sorry, that's my first year of kindergarten. And I would imagine that's my second year of kindergarten. I don't look very happy. But anyway, so I had those Wonder Woman glasses for 2 years apparently. Now to show you some old pictures. This is my aunt's first communion. My aunt's like 80-something years old. So that's kind of important. This is, which one of my uncles is this? I don't know, but I know it's not my dad, and I know exactly where it was taken. Boy, did that area change. That was taken in front of the Baptist Church on Putnam Hill Road. I can't believe how much emptiness is over here and what Putnam Hill looked like at the time. Wow. See, that's the thing. You can get town history out of pictures like that. And newer stuff, Polaroid. Polaroid. Here is another picture from that same day. This one's Dad. I can't believe it. What's that? This is standing in front of their house, I believe. This is an interesting one. You'll find a lot of these. This picture said it's got a 2 circle. I don't know exactly. Maybe it was number 2 in a series. This picture was taken at some kind of formal or semi-formal event. Now, I know I'm related to some of the people in this picture. I just don't know exactly who. That would be the reason my great aunt kept it. But these pictures can actually give clues if you know what you're looking for. That was my favorite jacket. I wore it until it literally fell apart. My mother begged me to get rid of it. You also want to keep these funeral cards. Okay. I like the fact that this one is actually typewritten on the back, which is kind of cool. Okay, this I want to show you because these are the 2 people whose grave we cleaned. That is Uncle Dick and Aunt Delia. Okay. Albert, Miss Louise Wilson. 2. Huh. So you never know. A lot of pictures, look on the back, they're postcards. The old pictures. Okay, here is my dad and his brothers. This is back in the 50s. You can tell because my dad's pretty young. My dad's the one in the back. He's the oldest one. And then in the middle is Uncle David, and the little guy is Uncle Richard. Okay, these are my aunts, I do believe, with their aunt. I showed this on the original Kid Missing when I was doing it on the, what do you call it? The TV. What is the date on this? Okay, this was, I was 9.5 years old. Because this was taken 1/28/84. This was to have fingerprints and a picture available, you know, for the whole missing kid thing. And especially after Adam Walsh and Etienne, Aiton, Pates, and all of that happened in my lifetime. And they wanted us to have these, and you can see they actually have holes in them to go in a fingerprint book, but they use these simply for identification for children. This is my horrible picture. I don't know what I was thinking with that hair. I have a little choo-choo train on my shirt. I guarantee you, my father picked that shirt out with the choo-choo train. But anyway, that's my uncle. That's a school picture. The old school pictures used to come in a little foldable frame. I took most of them out so that I could put them in photo albums, and then the photo albums I got that were acid-free weren't big enough for these. So, some of these I'm not showing. This is Aunt Terry's school picture. I showed you her as a little kid. This picture of my uncle, my cousin. That could be my cousin. It was in color, and I say that because, and I'm looking for these two. This is Billy and Josephine Love Kennedy. These are not Kennedys of my Kennedy family. These were actually foster children of my great-grandparents who, if I figured their ages out correctly, could be alive and very old, or I could find their children or grandchildren. And I really would like to, because I know they would be interested in the lives that they led. And I have more than one picture of them. So this is our Archer McLeod, who's a banker. Oh, this picture has fallen apart over the years. This is my father and my uncle. This is my great-grandmother. Another thing you can do is what we did with this picture, which was make copies. Use photo paper. We use cardstock for this, but photo paper is not that expensive. This is my great-grandmother. These are pictures that someone else made for us. These are Gilpin men. I talked to you about that. And this is a Gilpin gravestone, which is wonderfully helpful. And it actually is. I'm not being facetious here. The ones over there I am going to show you. This is Patience. Remember, I talked about Patience. I did a whole video about her. This is her with Lorraine, my father's cousin that died of bladder cancer that I told you about in that video. She was closest to her grandmother and probably had the most clues about her grandmother. I took her to the grave with her. This is Edith Hall Wilson. Oh, this is so cool. John Wilson and Sarah Johnston. I showed this picture, make sure I get it on the screen, there we go, to my cousin Dennis. And I said, put a mustache on you and look at that picture. And he said, holy cow. Okay, these, oops, not that. Oh, this is my grandparents. They were much younger in this picture. That's my Wilson grandparents. Now, this stuff, not this. This I'm going to show you. But okay. This stuff I want to show you because this stuff is a different family and different line of my family. Another thing that we have is this. This, somebody glued pictures to a board and I don't know who any of them are. And I've taken some of them off to look for information on the backs very carefully, mind you, and there's nothing on the backs of these. And so I don't have a clue. I can guess time period on some of them by clothing. I think most of these are from the 70s, maybe early 80s. I'm just trying to pull out the ones that nobody cares about. Oh, and here's a picture I got from Ancestry from the Fox family. And again, gravestone pictures, very important. This is Archer McLeod's wife, Martha Eleanor Wilson McLeod, in her nurse's graduation photo. my mother did these. We got the pictures from this little girl. Oh yeah, a lot of these are grimacing pictures. Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. When I was showing you the book that we did, I was talking about his #1 badge. There's the picture. I actually got this picture from the library in an email. Okay, most of these are grimacing pictures. They even go back to the old country. There's another picture of Archer. He even included a map of Ireland. I mean, the grimacing pictures we got, unbelievable how many we got. So I'm going to show you these now. Oh, by the way, one of the grimacings got a picture taken with Pete, the actual Allegheny dog, and I have the picture right here. How freaking cool is that? That's historical. You know, and you never know what you can find in your family. Like I said, that's historical. Okay. Look at these pictures. These pictures are Edith Hall. They're my great uncle's wife, my great aunt. Look how old they are. And I was very fortunate to get these from my father's cousin's wife. Okay, these pictures are actually Cox pictures. Some of these pictures are pictures of when they were building their house, which they built an identical house to their house in Maine, in Vermont. Okay, that's stones. This is trying to see. Dad and Mother Cox. Yep. It has beautiful handwriting, but it's so hard to. And it was nice. She included the backs printed on regular paper, which is amazing. I'm so grateful to this person, and you will be grateful too if someone does that for you. And don't assume anything, because we assumed. Come on, I know there's something there. Oh, maybe not. That a lady who paid for perpetual care of a stone, I mean, she was a relative, but we had assumed she was a different relative based on her last name. Well, she had married a Wilson, but not one of our Wilsons, and she wasn't. Well, she was a Dalzell, but it's confusing anyway. No, a Johnston. I'm sorry, she was a Johnston. Martha Johnston, Martha Wilson Johnston's daughter, and so we went down the wrong rabbit hole, which happens from time to time. Again, this is my mother's great-grandfather, Cox. That's what these pictures all are. This was a treasure trove. I mean, look at this. This lady went above and beyond to help us. And that's why you should always go above and beyond to help other people when they're willing to do that for you. Trying to find the front of these. That's so funny. There we go. These are more pictures from that same family as Grandpa. Great Grandpa. Or for me, great-great-grandpa. So yeah, that's important. And I'll show you some pictures and how I figured out time frames. Okay, this picture, this is my dad, his cousin Dorothy, and Uncle Nap. I know that this picture, looking at Dorothy and my dad, knowing that they're barely a year apart, she's just about a year older than him. And my dad's probably 7, maybe. So 44 and 7. 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. This is approximately in the early 50s. Again, if I'm looking at my dad and his brothers in this picture, not so much the vehicle, although the vehicle is clearly a 50s. This is also in the 50s because the youngest of the three was born in 1949, and he's probably 4 or 5 in this picture, in the middle. So, it's about 1954. See, so some pictures are pretty easy to do if you know who they are. Sometimes you have to go buy clothing. This picture here, for instance, was taken in the 70s. That was my Aunt Terry, by the way. Now this picture has no clues as to when it was taken. It's Uncle Nap and I believe his brother standing in front of a trolley. There are no clues there. The clothes on this one, however, are a clue. It says it's Josephine. And if you look at the little bike, I'm going to say this was the 30s or 40s. Because I think that's Aunt Josephine. Yes, that had to be 30s. Maybe earlier, actually. Now that I think about it, if that's Aunt Josephine, it says Josephine. If that's Aunt Josephine, that's going to be the 20s. She's riding a tricycle, clothes. It could be. It could be. Or if it's a different Josephine, it could be as late as the 30s. These are my great-grandparents, and judging from their older age in this picture's in the early 50s, because we know that he died in 1955 and she died in 1960. Okay, here's a picture of my father about age 2, so we know this is in the 40s. Okay, this is about 46, 47, right around there. This is the picture of my dad that I discovered was my dad because of the orthopedic shoes, and also because if you look at the way his foot is turned. This has got to be 45. This is to Joe from Delia. Delia sent this picture to Josephine. Another reason I know it's got to be Dad, because he was Aunt Delia's favorite. Oh, this is a class picture. Can you find me? Tell me in the comments where I am. Okay, now I'll show you. Am I? Yep, there we go. It's so funny. I brought that to my last get-together with my class, and it's so funny. I have a mess over here. Whoa. I do not want to drop it on the floor because I do not want to bend. But yeah, looking at pictures and telling the years can be a challenge, but if you know who the person is and you know the time period the person lived in, it helps. But even if you don't, if you can look at clothing, this is the first communion picture, probably from the 40s. Yeah, it's Aunt Terry's. It's from 40s. We know that this lady died in 1951, so this picture has to be from the 40s. When pictures are in color, it's easier to figure it out. Like I know that these pictures of me are from the 80s. We know this picture is from the 80s. Yeah. This one's dated, as I pointed out. Great, I dropped one. Just what I didn't want to do. This one here, I went on a limb. I think my Uncle David's no more than 2. So that would mean that this picture was taken in 48. No, 49. Sorry. 48, 49, depending on the month. I'm going to put these away before I make a total mess. Ouch. Okay. Now, you can tell, for instance, this school picture is late 70s, early 80s. This is one of my aunts. Oh, here's another school picture of me from the 80s. This says age 10, grade 4. Okay, age 10, that would be 1984. Oh, goody. Even though this one's in black and white, it's early 80s. We know that because when he was born. This is 1993. That's my high school graduation with my dad. This, for instance, I know the occasion that it was. I went out, my parents, myself, and two boys from my youth group, who I also went to school with. We all went to the mall. We had a great time. And I wore this beautiful one-piece jumpsuit. And my hair was all done up and everything. This was in the 90s, early 90s. Whalen Park. And I actually had the good sense to label it. Actually, Mom labeled it. Dad and Angie, Whalen Park, June 1st, 1985. So you can see that's Mom's handwriting. I have one of me and Mom there, too. This is Dad sneaking into his birthday cake. I didn't write down what year. This is my Granny Schmidt. But this is a better picture of her. She's gone now, but that's my Granny. That's a really nice picture of her, actually. Oh, this is my aunt that was in that school picture that I showed you from the late 70s, early 80s. We know this is 1999 because it was when I had cancer. Even though, and don't go by the auto date on the back because unless the camera was set right, it's not going to be right. For instance, this one says January 16th, 1997. No. That is March 1999, February, March 1999. Because it was when I started. Nope, it's not either. It's October after treatment because it was when I thought that was Goldberg, that's Benoit. So that's October of 1999. Not 1/16/97. The camera wasn't set properly. This is my 4th birthday party. These are the people whose house we went to in the middle of the woods. They don't live there anymore. I was hoping he still did. But yeah, that's my 4th birthday party. That's also my 4th birthday party. The love of my life. My cat, Puffy. This is an old Christmas picture. Looking at this picture, yeah, it's definitely in the 90s. Can tell by the place it was taken. It's another clue, and this was taken in the same place, and this is his first recliner. Oh, this is the kid I was kissing in that picture, by the way. I attempted to write on the back of these when I was too young to actually write, so I got these pictures of my cousin. You can't even see them, but just barely. What's this? Oh, this is my nunite. That's the best picture I have of my nunite. Mom's in it too, see? There she is. Nunite was always with her. I did my daddy's hair. Again, this one on the back says... Oh, actually, this one is dated correctly. This is dated 8/30/99. My aunt approximated the dates on this. She said January to April of 99. No, it's a little before that because it was before I was actually diagnosed, but when I had the lump. Good Lord. This is Candy and I. The date on the back of this one, there isn't a date. It's hard to see whether I'm getting it on camera. Oh, here's my dad again. I would say he's still wearing his orthopedic shoes. I would say he's about maybe 3. So I would say this is about 47. So you have to look at clues in pictures. The dress, the background, all that sort of stuff. I can't believe I have all these pictures of me. I'll tell you a little secret. That was the most comfortable dress on this planet. Yes, it's a dress. Right here is where it becomes the skirt. I don't know if you can see it, but it's sewed together. But yeah, that was the most comfortable dress on the planet. Oh, good Lord. I already had 2 adult teeth in the front. Maybe they weren't. Maybe they weren't my adult teeth. Yeah, they had to be. Because if you look at this picture, that's interesting, because if you look at this picture, the teeth are smaller. See? I don't know if I can show them though. Yeah, there we go. Teeth are smaller here than they are here. The 2 front teeth, the 2 incisors. So you can tell I got my adult teeth. But I think I'm about 10 in this picture anyway. In this picture. I want to say. This one. I want to say I'm about 10. But I'm not sure. What is this? Hey. Oh, Polaroid paper, I think. But I'm littler in this picture. And it also looks like I have those teeth. And lots of gaps. I looked very happy in this picture. These are both, I thought these were both kindergarten pictures, but I don't think they are. No, these 2 are both kindergarten pictures. This is my kindergarten picture from Millbury, I'm pretty sure. One of them is. This one, because I have my patch on my eye. That's my kindergarten picture from Millbury. So that would be 1979-1980 school year. This would be the 80-81 school year. This is my kindergarten picture from Douglas. They destroyed my hair. Every single time I had a school picture taken, except for this one where my mother combed my hair and was actually there. Because, by the way, I had pneumonia. Take my best pictures with pneumonia, I tell you. They managed to destroy my hair. And my mother wonders why I never smiled in my school pictures. Oh, well, I'm smiling in that one, and I appear to be smiling in that one. So I want to say this was 1st grade, and this was maybe 2nd or 3rd. No, this had to be older than 1st grade because I got my big teeth. 1st grade, well, no, I would have been 8. I might have had my big teeth. So, yeah. Maybe somebody who knows me can tell me for sure. And then, of course, the other one I showed you, which I believe was 5th grade, actually. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that picture that I showed you, where the heck did I put it? Oh, not that one. I love how I am so disorganized with this stuff. Anyway, I'll talk to you while I'm looking. There are ways to tell. Like the dress, okay, the clothing in this picture, I'm going to leave that out. Pardon me. I'm back. I was an unknown caller. I want to show you that other picture. This is unbelievable. Okay, it's got to be back here. In amongst these. The other school picture of me that I showed you, because I think that one, that dress was horribly uncomfortable. It was 5th grade. It's got to be right here. No, it's not right here. Crap. Oh, sorry guys, I'm looking. It's back here. Oh, it's right here in front of me. Okay. This is grade 4. That is the most uncomfortable dress imaginable. It comes all the way up to here, which I hated. But that's age 10, grade 4. So if I compare that, and you can do this with your own pictures, look how red my hair is. With these, I can tell that this is most likely grade 3. See? Not that much difference. So yeah, that's probably grade 2. Keeping in mind that I'm older than the other kids, that is probably grade 2. I wish my mother was still here to tell me, because she knows all of these. She used to have all of these framed on the wall when I was a kid. This was actually my grandparents' picture of me, that I don't know how it never made it to me, but it never made it to me. And like I said, my mother made me wear that dress for picture day. Hated that dress. But my mother's idea of cute girls' clothes and mine are 2 different things. Like, she bought me these shirts that came with these little ties. Excuse me, they were little girl shirts. They were, I guess they were in style at the time, and I refused to wear them with the ties because I refused to button them all the way to here. I hate things around my neck. Okay, this picture. Now, we know the approximate time period that they lived, and we know that he died in 1900. We know this picture, therefore, and they're very young in this picture. Of course, he was fairly young when he died. It was taken in the 1800s. Probably, I'm going to say 1880s, 1890s. But you can kind of tell by her Victorian dress. Dressed like a Victorian. Well, the dress is Victorian. And his outfit is fairly Victorian. So you can tell that that's the case. So I hope that this tour through how I organize my genealogy and through the pictures and how to tell the age of pictures by clothing, by knowing the approximate time period that people lived in that are photographed, all of that helps you go through your old pictures. Don't throw them away. I am so glad my mother talked my father out of throwing away our old pictures. And I am so glad many people post their pictures on Ancestry. I am telling you, snag, snag, snag. Because you will find pictures of people and you'll go, wow, a face to a name. So I am going to end the video. I'm going to go edit the video and get it up on Punky's World. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you later. Goodbye and God bless.